What's up, world? It's your boy Drew Marcy here for How to Rap, and in this video I want to describe exactly how to freestyle rap in a way that turns people into insta fans the minute you start going off the top. As somebody who's been rapping for over 15 years, but more importantly been coaching rappers like yourself from around the world for more than a half decade, I'm one of those people that started rapping and didn't freestyle because I was nervous and didn't know what I was doing for the first couple years of my rap development, and then through trial and error had to figure out how to do the things that I'm going to teach you in this video to make sure that my freestyles were up to par with the rest of the skills that I developed over the years. So at this point, you can just sit back, relax, and follow the steps that we're about to share that are going to make your freestyles turn those friends into fans. Now, before we begin, be sure that you're subscribed to this channel with notifications, because we not only have entire full-length playlists dedicated to learning how to freestyle rap, but we drop weekly videos and everything else related to improving your rap skills. And if you're super passionate about mastering freestyle rap specifically, we have a 2-week video course designed just to help you with freestyling to master the art of freestyle rapping in just 14 days, which you can check out by visiting the first link in the video description box below. Now, just for clarity's sake, I want to make sure that we know I'm talking about going off the top freestyling in this video. There is an alternative usage of the phrase freestyle that is sometimes used in hip hop, which really means unreleased written verse. This is most commonly the usage we see on radio freestyles at places like LA Leakers, Sway in the Morning, and others. There is an ongoing debate in the culture if that is considered real freestyling, and sometimes you see people even clown rappers who call it a freestyle when it's really an unreleased written verse. But I just wanted to hip you to the differences in these usages, and so you know what we're talking about right here. This is the spontaneous, off the top freestyling, the real deal. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about step number 1, spit through your stumbles. Spit through your stumbles. I wanted to start with this because if you learn nothing else from this video, which if you stick with it, you're gonna learn a ton about freestyle rapping, but if you learn nothing else from this video, learn that you have to spit through your stumbles. To translate this, it means rap through the times you mess up, with spit, of course, being slang for rap, and stumbles meaning anytime you trip over your words or your brain freezes or you repeat yourself, you gotta spit or push through it. This is a really major key in the DJ Khaled voice to becoming a good freestyler. The logic behind this is as follows. Look, freestyle rapping is not a natural thing to do any more than dribbling a basketball properly is not something your body was evolutionarily built to do. So in the same way that when you first start playing basketball, you're gonna not press the ball hard enough and it'll probably bounce back in a weird way and you'll fall over or it hits your knee. When you first start freestyling, yes, you're going to misjudge how many rhymes you have in your head or how quickly you're interacting with the beat. You might fall off or your brain might freeze. And the only way to get past this is to actively accept that you're gonna have some mistakes. Now, the way that I personally did this in the beginning was that I called myself out in the freestyle to push through. So I would literally say in the flow, like, oh, okay, I messed up, or just switched off beat, or whatever, just out loud to force myself to keep going. Over time, you will stop tripping up so much because it'll become more natural. Your brain will get used to the idea, oh, we're doing this new thing that you're trying to train me to do, access rhymes, stay on beats spontaneously. A similar tactic to force your brain to actually adjust to this new art that you're learning is to force your brain to start rapping, freestyling, the minute the beat starts playing. The most common image we think of somebody who is about to spit a cringy freestyle or just is cringy talking about they want to rap is when they hear a beat and they say, yo, I'm about to freestyle. Check it. Yo, yeah, I'm about to flow. Yeah, okay, yeah. And they just spend like 2 minutes straight just, yeah. And this is the musical equivalent of getting past the basketball and dribbling with your head down while pacing back and forth along the half-court line without shooting, passing, or even moving forward. It's an obvious example of trying to think of something dope, but it just comes off as an obvious attempt to hide your whackness and the fact you don't know what you're doing. Much better to just start rapping so that the audience is on their back foot mentally and having to pay attention to you rather than you being nervous and trying to pay attention to the audience listening. Over time, you get more comfortable with this and you'll be able to train your brain to think under pressure because now you're adjusting while the beat's playing while you're already freestyling. It's also important to understand in this step that most beats are not formatted to just be rapped to non-stop spontaneously with no sense of structure, since most beats are meant to have songs written on top of them. This comes into play because if you're also rapping the minute the beat drops, you're additionally training yourself to morph to this different sections of the beat as they come along, which are originally intended for a organized song structure. Even better, as you improve, you'll start to notice the sections that are meant to be a chorus or a breakdown, a bridge, and you'll be able to freestyle entire songs and entire song structures while you're still going off the top spontaneously. This brings us to an important third step. Why not freestyle a chorus, an entire freestyle chorus with your flows? A couple years back when I was performing weekly on stage at a freestyle night with a live band over in Europe, Budapest, Hungary to be exact, Magjar, what up? One of the ways I was able to seamlessly meld with the live band's music and other genres was that I knew the inherent song structures common to other genres, so when it was time for a chorus to come, even though I was freestyling spontaneously, I was able to get the crowd involved and even the band involved because they realized that I was perfectly in sync with the song structures, the natural flow of music that they were putting on. And just to be clear, this wasn't something that I just came up with because I knew there was a band. This is something that I had to practice prior to being on that stage in Europe in order to know how to make it something that's engaging, like making my off the top, never thinking of anything freestyle, engaging to a crowd, into other genres, into bands, and the different people you'll start to see once you start doing this more regularly. So once I knew all of these different tactics about natural progressions of popular song structures, I was able to have a lot of power as a freestyler. Now, if you're not very familiar with the common song structures of different genres, how they meld with rap, be sure to check out the link in the video description box below talking about songwriting, because there's a free video course about the top 20 songwriting secrets of full-time rappers that we made just for you, which will teach you a lot of more information about that. Performing with others when you freestyle, like the story that I just told, is one of the main keys to how I was able to get from just okay at going off the top to actually advanced and really making fans on the spot from freestyles. Having somebody share the weight with me in a freestyle cypher is one of the main ways that you can go from intermediate, advanced, and really start to be able to freestyle for hours literally on end. Let me be clear on this tip. When it comes to freestyling with others, the other person doesn't have to be a real rapper. They don't have to have any dreams or aspirations for rap. Many of my best and longest freestyle sessions were often with friends who just like listening to rap, and we had, you know, a couple of drinks, maybe some horticultural activities to help the ideas start flowing, and we would go for hours just off of the top, and it's really fun. You'd be surprised at how many friends of yours are totally down to just freestyle for the hell of it, just while at the pregame, as long as you make it clear that you're not trying to win a Grammy here or there's no pressure to be good, it's just something fun to do while you're getting messed up. Of course, the ideal is to rap with other real serious rappers, and I've done that a lot as well, and you should definitely seek out those people. But I just want to make it clear that you are able to do this just with your homies. Like I said, just get them turned and they'll probably be down to do it. One of the reasons to do it this way is that it takes a lot of the burden off of you to just rap continuously for 3 to 5 minutes straight with no breaks, because you'll be stopping and starting due to your friend. Now, of course, again, the ideal is eventually you'll be able to rap all the way through the beat. Like it's like gaining weight on the gym as you're getting heavier and heavier lifts. But in the short term, we just want you to be able to freestyle a lot and get those reps in. And so it's much easier to rap for an hour, split 50%, than rap for 5 minutes by yourself and have your brain go dumb. Additionally, when you have somebody else that you're freestyling with, you have their own decisions of how to approach the beat, their own rhyme choices. And so when you're listening to them go off the top, they're often gonna say rhymes that you didn't even think of, or attack the beat in a way that you didn't even think was possible, so you can actually develop and get different styles developed from freestyling with other people. And the last unspoken hidden secret of learning how to freestyle, step 5, is that you should memorize common rhyme schemes that you're likely to land on to make it easier to grab different rhymes as you're going off the top. While of course we at How to Rap would consider it cheating to memorize an entire pre-thought organized rap and call it freestyling, memorizing long chains of rhymes, right, or long rhyme schemes is totally okay, and in fact that's what the best freestylers do. It's the best way to guarantee guarantee that you're gonna come up with a smooth, original rap, because now you're taking the burden off of thinking of rhymes plus cool stuff to say. You already have the rhymes kind of on autopilot, and now you're just making those rhyme chains you already know into a cool, new, original way, and that's where your brain power is going. Now, the best way to do this is just pre-think of common phrases that you're going to probably mention in a freestyle rap. So let's say, for example, you know you're probably gonna say something like rap flow at some point in a freestyle. So you can practice thinking of and writing out a bunch of words that rhyme with rap flow and memorizing them for future use. Rap flow, stack dough, Astro, Castro, Hasbro. It should be noted that in that example, I'm using multi-syllable rhyming, which is a slightly more advanced way of rhyming where I'm rhyming 2 syllables at a time as opposed to just 1. So instead of just rhyming rap flow with my dough, which is in that case only 1 phrase is rhyming, right? Dough and flow. I'm rhyming rap flow and stack dough. So rap and stack additionally rhyme along with flow and dough. If you want to learn more about advanced rapping definitions like that, cop our free How to Rap dictionary in the 3rd link in the video description box below, where we'll give you tons of definitions of words common for rapping. In any case, what I would suggest here is collect 10, 20, 30 different words that you're likely gonna land on. One of the easiest ways to do it, for example, is think of the place that you live. Think of the name of your high school or your work. Think of the names of your friends, right? And think of all the words that rhyme with those things, because if you're freestyling around them or freestyling in that hood or whatever, or your job, your work, school, whatever, you're likely gonna wanna have the rhymes ready to go and people will be really impressed. So as we said, be sure to spit through your stumbles, keep pushing, freestyle immediately, freestyle a chorus, get somebody to trade bars with, and memorize your rhyme schemes to make it that much easier to go spontaneously. Now, I wanna see you in the comments. What is the longest that you've been able to go in terms of minutes, or for some of the beginners, seconds, but in terms of minutes, what's the longest you've been able to go going off the top when freestyling? I want to see who can get that record, that Olympic record for freestyling. We got our own Guinness Book of World Records here at How to Rap. So I'll see you in the comments. Let us know how long you've been freestyling. Be sure to check out our free courses, and I appreciate you watching. It's the big homie Drew for How to Rap Nation, and I'll see you on the next one.